42. Blue 42. Sit.
Spanning the universe to bring you the most important content in the world of relegation fantasy football. This is Relegated, the podcast where every match matters and no take is out of bounds.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Relegated Fantasy Football. Today we're going to be talking about some Week 1 summaries. We'll be going over the winners and the losers of our Week 1 season now that it's underway. We'll talk a little bit about the Vikings game last night because I want to.
Why not?
And essentially we'll talk about who's poised to look good for the remainder of the season. I mean, it's early takes, and it was a bit of a weird season. We'll talk about that a bit too. And then also people who are meeting criteria or meeting expectation as some of the worst teams in the league.
And more importantly, some of the best teams that did not live up to
live up. Yeah, that's going to kind of get encompassed with
hint me.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Yorkies here in a sec. We might have to play the clip of me absolutely ranting about the Yorkies and how do people not have them as the number one
How
team?
could you not? They're dominant.
Well, you do have a dominant team. I'll stick to my guns. We'll talk about kind of what that week looked like. But projected league median for the week was 86.22. And we definitely had some teams that came below that. We'll start out with the Sun City Sleepers and the Old York Yorkies. Original projections, I don't recall. I think you were at 114 and I was at like 97, if I remember correctly.
I think at one point I was that high. I think when it started, I was at 112.
Okay.
Projected 112.
The final score, Sun City Sleepers with 100.18 and Yorkies with 75.6. Let's talk a little bit about the Yorkies. What did not come to fruition for the Yorkies this week?
What did come to fruition?
Yeah, true.
Honestly, no.
Well, I would say Ricky Pearsall was a great indicator that he's going to have a good season. 12.8 points.
He did have a good week. He had, and honestly, watching the game too, he had a couple of plays that got called back or not necessarily got called back, but he was targeted in the end zone. A touchdown on that would have been massive.
Huge.
That would have been great.
Yep.
But honestly, it's more AJ Brown sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Flacco. Okay. I started Joe Flacco over Murray, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And it did not pan out for me.
Mm-mm.
Kyler got 22 points. Flacco got 14.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this. I still think the call made sense. The Bengals-Browns game, a lot of people were expecting a shootout. So I was like, okay, worth it, worth taking the flyer. Kyler only had 160 something yards.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that he threw 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and ran one in, didn't he?
No, I don't think so. I think he threw 2 touchdowns. He had 2 passing touchdowns.
Oh, and 38
rushing yards. Flacco had 290 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions, and neither of those interceptions were his fault.
Dude,
They bounced right off of the guy's hands.
one of the most impressive interceptions that we might see this year by that Bengals D-back, they're the cornerback.
Yeah.
He was like flipping through the air and caught it on the downswing and came out with it. I saw it, and when he caught it, I was like, okay, I'll take that. Good catch. I'll take that.
So if you were to, and one of Kyler's touchdowns was a 1-yard pass.
Yep.
Which could have very easily been a run. So
Right.
let's say like, this is so hypothetical and just me trying to tell myself you're not a horrible fantasy player. But let's say that goes to James Conner, like you would expect it to 6-7 times out of 10.
Yeah. Yep.
And so now he gets 6 less points, and Flacco, his wide receivers just actually have hands and catch the balls that he threw to him.
Are you implying that Kyler could have ran it himself too for 6? Oh,
No. I'm saying
our passing
he
is
already,
6,
yeah, or passing 6. So, but let's just say Connor gets it, so that you take away 6 there, add 4 to Flacco,
Yeah.
and now their Flacco win or like is ahead of him on the week.
Right.
So I know that's a lot of what ifs, but I still feel like it was the right call. I think the bigger concern is AJ Brown did absolutely nothing. And Njoku was actually the number 2 tight end on that team. not necessarily in routes run, but in receptions.
Behind Fannin.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fannin he had 7 receptions on 9 targets or something like that.
That's a little concerning because I have Njoku in another league. And I would agree. I think your decision to play Flacco with the stack on Njoku, and we had talked about it prior too, Joe Flacco is usually a very dominant, like, first half of the season or second half whenever he gets his opportunities. He comes out hot usually.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you look at the stats, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. 290 passing yards feels like, okay, you had 3 touchdowns. You know what I mean? But he didn't. He had 1.
I know.
And the interception pretty much
better.
offset that. Now, you're not banking on Joe Flacco to get you rushing yards, but he still had 6.
Yeah.
And then the 2 interceptions is what was so killer. Realistically, you should have ended closer to 20 points.
That's what I'm thinking. It wouldn't have changed anything, obviously. I lost by 25. So give me a couple extra points. It didn't matter because let's look at your team.
Yeah. Before we switch over to my team, I do want to just point out.
Oh, yeah.
I was completely wrong about Merritt. Merritt looked really good.
Oh, yeah, he did.
He looks very solid.
He looks so good.
Concerning about Austin Eckler, because by the end of the season, I just cannot imagine Austin Eckler is the main back there. Marvin Harrison looked pretty good. He had that receiving touchdown. Now, he only had 5 catches, but the passes that went to him, it seems like there's a better dynamic between Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison this year. So that's super
I hope
encouraging.
so. And Kyler missed what could have been a 99-yard touchdown.
Yes, right.
Like, just completely overthrew him.
Yeah.
A horrible throw that is the most Kyler-esque thing to do.
And then last but not least on the sleepers, that Miami team
On the sleepers or on the Yorkies?
Or Yorkies, I apologize. That Miami team looked atrocious, and Devontae Chen still had 15 points.
He got kind of bailed out, though, by a late touchdown.
A little bit.
Garbage time touchdown.
But still a touchdown, still points on the board. And
He would have still been at 9 points. And that was in a week where he only had 3 receptions, which I expect him to be somewhere closer to 6 or 7 receptions a week, honestly.
Such an off week for Miami, and the fact that he was still able to wrangle in 15 points, very impressive. But Malik Neighbors had an off week at 9.6. Amon Ra had an off week at 6.5. But let's talk about the sleepers. My worst player, Xavier Worthy. Shout out Travis Swift for taking out my wide receiver too.
Travis Swift.
Yeah, I've been calling him that all day. Yeah, Travis Swift. We were talking about it today. Does Travis Kelce try to talk Taylor Swift into not signing a prenup?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good call. Good business decision.
Baby, I love you. I love you so much. We're totally going to break the stereotype of celebrity marriages. Quarterback room looked great for the sleepers.
Okay, are you a little concerned about Baker? He got a little bailed out. He did not actually have a great day. He was saved on touchdowns.
Yeah, but that is so Baker Mayfield-esque. Like,
is it?
Yes, dude. He is Mr. Touchdowns. Like, he gets touchdown
Yeah,
after touchdown.
But he 50% completion rating against a bad Atlanta defense. He only threw for 167 yards. I mean, are you not a little worried that that's like a bit of a fluke week?
Not really. I mean, let's look back at his last season. I mean, he was so ridiculous last season. I honestly think it was an off week, and he still got 28 points. He's a touchdown machine.
He is a touchdown machine.
I got lucky that he didn't throw any interceptions. There was a couple passes in there where I was like, oh, thank God. But the nice thing is, if Baker does have an off week or he starts to look like he's not going to put up numbers that he did last year, Michael Penix looks like the man.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah, 26 points. He had 298 passing yards, a touchdown, 21 rushing, and a rushing touchdown.
And a rushing touchdown.
So
Yeah,
that's
that's a good week.
that's with
I didn't get to watch that game.
Yeah, very fun. Michael Penix looks good. A lot of talk on Jordan Love maybe making a move to another team, but he had 188 yards, 2 touchdowns.
To another team within the relegated league?
Not necessarily within the relegated, but he could be.
I mean, the relegation league.
Oh,
I mean,
yes, yes.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
on the move from Green Bay. Not like they brought in Parsons and said, we don't need a quarterback.
We don't need a quarterback anymore. Mike is going to be playing both sides of the ball. We're going to be having him throw it. No, Jordan Love could be moving outside of the sleeper organization to another team. I don't want to give any hints away because I do have a couple teams talking to me about it.
Well, no. Let's give a few hints away. What are people offering you so that you now get a? I mean, this.
The funny thing is,
trade war here.
These teams, I do have a couple teams that are hitting me up about Jordan Love, And it seems like nobody actually wants to put any money on the line.
Oh,
It's all, well, what are you willing to give up? And I'm like, you hit me up. What are
Right.
you willing to give me? And they're like, well, I need to kind of have a base. And I'm like, I'm not starting the conversation. I don't need to move Jordan Love. You want him. So I'm trying to get some
all the power.
I'm trying to get some of the, well, I mean, I just have the leverage.
Yeah,
Because I don't need to move him.
Right.
If you need a quarterback, let me know what you're willing to give me and then we can work from there.
That makes sense.
Now, I'm exaggerating a little bit because I've had conversations with individuals and I haven't had follow-ups. I just think it's funny that nobody's willing to say like, hey, I'm willing
Nobody
to give
wants to start the conversation.
Nobody does. Nobody wants to say I'm willing to give up a first because then I can be like, okay, perfect. That's our starting point.
Right.
So I understand the negotiation aspect, but if you need an asset, you're going to have to say what you're willing to give up first.
That makes sense.
Something concerning about my team, Jaden Blue was a healthy scratch week 1.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks like he's going to be a healthy scratch for week 2 as well.
Really? Are people saying that?
Yeah, that's what I've been seeing.
Who's been saying that he's going to, I mean, it would make sense. Nothing changed in their team necessarily. So why would he come in? But
Yeah.
that was surprising when he did not get play.
Yeah, that essentially what I've heard so far is Cowboys are looking for more consistency out of him. I don't know what that means.
Probably in like pass protection and stuff.
Probably.
Would be my guess. Stuff that doesn't matter for fantasy.
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
probably where he needs to work.
But yeah, he put up a 0. He didn't play at all, and I don't think he's projected to play next week. Calvin Austin looks really good, but Aaron Rodgers looked really good, so we'll see if that continues. I mean,
Yeah.
how often can you bank on an Aaron Rodgers 4-touchdown week? Probably not a ton this season, but if that's the case, it looked like he was looking for Calvin Austin a decent amount.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
so
really good.
Excited about him. I'll wrap up because I'm talking about my team too much. We haven't talked about Javonte Williams. He had a monster week.
Oh my gosh.
2 touchdowns.
What a horrible way for me to start the
Right.
week. Watch him get 2 touchdowns and watch AJ Brown not get targeted until the final drive of the fourth
Yeah,
quarter.
AJ Brown, I honestly thought he was going to end with a goose egg.
I did too. I was shocked when he got a catch.
I know, same here.
It didn't really make that much sense for them to throw at the end, and
No.
they got a first down and ice the game, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll take
I'll take the
1
points.
point whatever points.
1.6, yeah.
So 1.3. He got
1.3, my bad. Yeah, 1.3. The guy that I was extremely happy with, and going back to our conversation about price points,
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson looked good, man.
He looked really good.
he looked-
I'm telling you, people missed on that one.
I think so too.
It's literally going to be what made everybody who paid more for a wide receiver that it like. I mean, maybe this is way too early of like
mean, it
hyping
is.
the. Yeah, it
is.
probably is, but like his price point is going to validate why everybody who waited and paid up got a bad grade.
Yes. Especially week 1 for Miami. I know we talked a lot about Jalen Waddle going for a certain price, Tyreek Hill going for a certain price. Man, to
Miami
validate
looked
my point.
so bad.
Did you see Tyreek Hill freaking out on the sidelines mid-game? He looked so mad.
Which, although that probably is good for whoever got Jalen Waddle, because it's like, well, Tyreek,
Yeah, but-
he might, like you said, Antonio Brown this thing.
Dude, I was getting flashbacks when he was on the sideline. He was yelling at one of the coaches and just like pretty much saying like, I'm not getting targets. I'm not getting touches. What are we doing? This looks terrible.
Yeah.
And it flashed back to Antonio Brown on the sideline, like
Yeah.
tweaking out. I was like, that looks like CTE.
Yeah.
Like that does not look good. So we'll see. I think Tyreek might have a crash out at some point. He might be a midseason retire.
He might.
Yeah.
He might be.
Yeah. But
We'll wait and see.
Sleepers had a good week. Yorkie's had an off week. That's not going to continue. I think
0-2. I'll never
it
bounce
was
back.
encouraging for my team just to see that we could put up 100 points without a wide receiver too. Like putting up a goose egg and still putting up 100 is awesome. But I do want to talk about number punchers and roided robberies. So we are going to be going back and forth between the relegated league and the championship
Well,
league.
we're
a
just
bit.
going in order of what the matchups are on here.
Yeah, exactly.
And we might not even stay on some for all that long, depending on if we're interested in what happened.
Yeah.
It's kind of, you know what? We decide.
We decide. We get to control the conversation.
Yeah. If you don't like it,
Yeah.
uh,
Don't leave though. We do
no,
need the
no.
viewership.
Stay,
Yeah.
stay.
Just put up with it.
You are 12% of our viewership.
Yeah. Please don't go.
Yeah.
Comment below what you'd like us to talk about.
Oh, that would be even better.
Yeah,
That'd be
right.
way better.
Somebody to talk about on the roided robberies. So let's talk about the totals first. Roided robberies did lose 77.62 to the number punchers at 95.7. Somebody who looked so good to start the game, Bijan Robinson. And I know
50-yard touchdown
yeah,
right off the bat.
It's like, oh yeah, Bijan Robinson, the number 2 pick in most snake drafts. Yeah, good take. Dude, he looked so good. He is a big part of their offense.
Well, I mean, Yes, he had one really big catch, and then he looked more like a receiver.
I know.
6 receptions, 100 yards, receiving touchdown, 24 rushing yards.
That's crazy.
24.
Yeah, but 6 catches as a back and getting a touchdown is
Okay,
so
let's
awesome.
talk about this though. Let's go to the rushing yards.
Yeah.
12 for 24. I
Not
feel like
good.
a lot of the big name guys had a lot of attempts and very low yardage.
Mm-hmm.
Ashton Genty had 19 attempts for like 30 something yards.
Yeah.
Who else? I said 2. I already got.
Well, I
I
think
already ran out of people. But
based on another league that I'm in, CMC, man, he looks so good. CMC looks like he's right back, like no touchdowns and still put up 23 fantasy points.
well, and Kittle's gone.
Kittle's gone now.
Everybody's gone off of that team.
Yeah,
Literally
Ricky-
the only people left are Pearsall and McCaffrey.
Yeah.
And Purdy might not even be in next week.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
CMC looked so good though. Like I was looking at his price point and it was like $69 to keep him.
Yeah.
Before the season started, I was like, that seems really high. You're paying top tier for a guy that you're not sure if he's going to be top tier. And I was proven wrong. He from a fantasy perspective, he looked everything that you want and more.
The number punchers have them.
Yeah.
Have
Yep.
McCaffrey.
Right. McCaffrey did have 18.7 in our league, which is, really solid for us. We do have PPR, but man, he looks so good. Jared Goff with 13 points. That Lions team did not look good this week. They put up 6. Let's talk about Deebo Samuel though. I was wrong about him. He looked fantastic. He put up 19 points, had 7 catches for 77 yards.
Looks like a big part of that offense.
Yeah, and a rushing touchdown. They're going to use him. And he does look like a fullback out there though.
He's thick,
He's a thick
man.
boy right now,
Oh
but
my gosh.
It's not stopping him from getting 70 yards. Kyle Pitts with 9.4, 7 catches.
Okay, so
Demario Douglas.
let's
good.
jump off of what this matchup was because it ended up, pretty much a blowout.
Yeah,
We do not expect the roided raw berries to be that great this season.
right.
But they do have Tank Bigsby, who was just traded to the Eagles
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
for a 5th and a 6th round pick.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is not necessarily relegated, related, but what did you think about that trade?
I'm not sure who is, because obviously Jacksonville saw what happened in week 1 and said, okay, we can pull the trigger on this trade now. But I don't know who's backing up Travis Etienne. Travis Etienne had a really good week.
Tootin.
Oh yeah, their new guy.
Yeah.
But then
the
after
rookie. They also, who was it? Maybe they have another person, but
They must have made a decision.
ETN made a massive boot, like huge boost for ETN, who I think that's Turf Hopper's own ETN.
Yeah, they've
So
always had him.
had to be thrilled to see that.
Yeah, he
as
looked
a-
really good. I have him on my bench in another league, and I was like, wow, impressive outing for Travis Etienne, kind of solidifying himself as, a valuable asset to that Jacksonville team.
but it absolutely destroys Tank Bigsby's value.
Yeah, his value is
that is
non-existent
a
now.
killer for
Yeah.
the raw berries.
Yeah, because he's going to be like 3rd string now. And there was a lot of conversation. Like,
he'll be back up right now. Will Shipley got hurt.
oh, did he? Okay.
He hurt his ribs. They haven't said anything more, but my
okay.
guess is you don't pull that trigger
Probably not.
if you
Tank will back him up now.
if you
For now.
if you don't think he's going to do something.
Mm-hmm.
A 5th and a 6th rounder, that's a lot of draft capital to give up for a backup running back.
Yeah, no, I agree. They must have just. Eagles are probably looking at the team right now as, hey, we could win another Super Bowl. What are the holes that we have to fill? Might as well pay up a 5th and a 6th when we don't need to actually build out too much. They probably looked at it as, this is worth it for us. Probably
Right.
not worth it for most teams, but somebody else I want to talk about on this Roided Robberies team, even though it doesn't really have anything to do with the outcome of the game or the scoring. That Tesla touchdown this week was so
That was
sick.
insane.
That was so awesome. He had 1 catch for 13 yards and a touchdown, but might go down as one of the coolest touchdowns of the year.
It was crazy. I also am surprised they ruled it a touchdown
Yeah.
because I wasn't sure that he had possession when he got the first foot down, and then when he hit the heel, for sure he had possession at that point.
Yeah.
But it depends on when you. Either way, that was insane. That was like if I'm trying to think because he's a big guy.
Yeah.
So it's like if Gronkowski had the athleticism of Odell Beckham.
Yeah, I know.
It was insane.
Did you see what his snap count percentage was for that game?
Oh, I'm guessing it was like 2%. Was it that
Four.
one play?
4%. Yeah. He played 4% of the snaps, so had 1 target, 1 catch for 13 yards, and a touchdown for 7.8 points on 4% of the snaps.
Dude, that catch was insane.
Incredible.
Absolutely crazy.
Incredible.
We can talk. Okay, this could be our excuse to talk a little bit about the Vikings game. Number punchers have Jordan Mason.
Oh my gosh.
68 yards rushing, 1 reception, 7 yards receiving. He looks like a big part of that Vikings offense.
Yeah, I think it's just, I mean, the amount that we had to run with JJ, gave Aaron Jones a lot lot of value. He put up 13 points or something like that.
He put up 14.2. Yeah, it was funny because Robberry's had him, so it was Jones versus Mason who's going to be more important.
And if you look at the stats, I mean, Jones had 14 and Mason had 8, but Jones needed a touchdown, so that's your 6 points differential. Those two guys are
he was
head
targeted deep twice though.
That's true.
I mean, because the first time he drew the pass interference.
Yep.
So they're going to use both these guys a lot. It is going to be 1A, 1B.
Yeah.
But it was fun to see the Vikes have a run game. It's been a long time since Dalvin Cook's second to last season with the Vikes. That was the last time we had a actual run game.
Yeah, and who was the backup for him? Not Ty Chandler.
I don't think it mattered. It was Dalvin Cook did everything that year.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. We haven't really had a solidified RB1 since then.
yeah,
Jones looked
exactly.
good last year, but it looks like, from my perspective, week 1, we're going to be utilizing the run game a lot until JJ McCarthy gets comfortable. I see Jones as the receiving back, and he'll still get some carries. But Jordan Mason was 68 yards. That's just kind of a testament of our backup running back is a 1B.
15 carries still. In a game where we were losing almost the entire game. I mean, it was an ugly win.
Yeah, it really was.
Definitely an ugly win.
Yeah. Let's move on. There were still some guys that we could have talked about, but let's talk about the Texas Turfhoppers versus the Big Lake Lumberjacks.
Yeah, 2 of our top power ranked guys,
Yeah,
right? I think I can't remember where exactly they fell. Lumberjacks were
Both in top 4, though.
yeah, I think both were top 4.
And Big Lake Lumberjacks came out with 2-0. Texas Turfhoppers in
0-2. I think they might have been the first to miss. They might have been the first outside.
79.62. Yeah, that makes
because I
sense.
think the median was 80 something.
Yeah. They got pretty screwed by Joe Burrow. Now, we talk
Yeah,
about,
what happened to Cincinnati? What the heck? They're
mean-
supposed to be this super high-powered offense.
this happens every year, though. I don't know why
nothing.
people are still surprised. It's like
They start so slow.
they always start so slow, and Joe Burrow always sucks out of the gate. And I don't know why, but
But this time seemed different. It seemed like it was okay.
it seems that way every time. doesn't it?
I know.
Yeah.
It's like a girl who just keeps dating bad boys and goes, this time it'll be different. Joe Burrow, though, had his first full offseason without an injury.
Yep.
They actually played them in the preseason.
Yep.
Should have knocked some rust off.
It's Cleveland. I mean,
Although Cleveland's defense is decent.
yeah, not as good as it used to be, though.
No, but they're
taking a step
still
back.
okay. They're still okay.
But as one of the, if you look at the entire NFL and you're going to take what's a top 3 offense in the league, Cincinnati should be in that conversation.
Oh, yeah. I think people would have said they're probably the number 1 offense in the league.
I don't
right?
think you can say it anymore. Yeah, but yeah, they
Well,
should.
you might be able to soon. But it was a really, really bad week.
I think if we were going to actually have that conversation, I think I'd have a tough time not saying that Baltimore looks disgusting this year.
Oh, they do.
Oh my gosh. Derrick Henry looks like he's still 28, not 32.
I don't know what his lawyers do to avoid any sort of drug testing, but they are good. I think it's the same guys who represented OJ.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It has to be.
Yeah. Glove
Minus
doesn't fit.
Kardashian.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah,
dead.
yeah, right.
Other than him.
Other than him. Dude, Joe Burrow did not look good. Kyron Williams with another rushing touchdown for not a crazy amount of points, but that is Kyron Williams to a T. He's going to get you a touchdown every week. He's going to guarantee you your 12 points, but you're probably not going to get over 18. Travis Etienne looked incredible. No touchdowns for 17 points. JSN looked incredible for 15. He
Insane.
looked, him and Sam Darnold are going to have a connection. Dallas Goedert looked really good, the tight end for the Texas Turfhoppers.
I do think Goddard is a little okay. This is probably just me coping for the AJ Brown horrible week, but I do think that Goddard. It might have just been that the Cowboys had 2 cornerbacks who were good corners, and the rest of that Dallas defense is not that good.
Yeah.
So I kind of think they just decided, hey, we're going to target the tight end. We're going to run the ball.
Yep.
And that's what they did. Because it wasn't just that AJ Brown had a bad game. Devonta Smith had a horrible game too.
Yep.
And those 2 wide receivers are not both going to have bad games very often.
Right.
Usually it might still flip back and forth which one has a good game. They'll be a bit boom bust because of it.
Right.
But somebody's going to have a good game. I just can't see Goddard actually being the number 2 target earlier on this team.
Yeah, no. By midseason, that's not going to be the case. But he did look good in week 1. Calvin Ridley did not look as good as everybody expected, partially because Cam Ward.
Oh, I thought Cam Ward still looked good. I think it's okay. You have to realize they were playing Denver, who might be the best defense in the league.
That's fair.
So
Cam Ward did finish with 2.48 fantasy points, though.
Yeah, but like watching the game,
Yeah.
he had a few different passes that were just straight up dropped.
Yep.
He was playing a very tough defense,
Very tough,
on
yeah.
the road in his first game with a coach who didn't know that one elbow counts as inbounds.
Yeah, that's bad.
So he was against all odds.
Yeah, he was. Cam Ward, he went 12 for 28 on 112 passing yards, finished with 2.48 points because he had a fumble too.
Yeah, on like one of the last plays.
Yeah.
It was I don't know. I give Ward a pass. I'm not necessarily saying Ward's going to be a great quarterback this year for fantasy.
Yeah.
But I am high on Ward as far as like quarterback in the NFL goes.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be good.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, just playing it by ear. If Cam Ward can make improvements, then Calvin Ridley's value goes up tremendously. Would love to talk about Jaden Reed just for a second because that's my boy. This is the most classic Jaden Reed stat line that you will ever see, ever.
Jaden Reed on the Lumberjacks.
Jaden Reed on the Lumberjacks.
We'll jump into the Lumberjacks.
3 catches for 45 yards and a touchdown for 12 points.
And he was probably only on the field for 40% of the snaps. I don't actually know that stat, but that is a very Jaden Reed stat.
38% of the snaps.
Wait, actually?
Yeah.
Is that on here? Do they have that on Tycoon? How many?
Snap percentage.
What?
3 catches, 5 targets, 45 yards and a touchdown. That is Jaden Reed.
I did not realize that snap percentage stat. That's okay.
Yeah.
Tycoon props, man.
Shout out
Okay.
league.
Let's get off of our thing for a second. Let's just talk League Tycoon.
Yeah.
I've loved it so
Love
far.
it. Love the interface.
The only thing I will say is that I don't like, and maybe I don't know it, just like I didn't know the snap percentage thing is on here. I didn't like looking at my matchup. I couldn't just click on the player and it take me to the game at like updating the game, kind of like ESPN Yahoo do.
Right. No, it doesn't.
It doesn't have that
Nope.
feature, which was a bummer. So like if I wanted to check how a certain game was going, I had to leave the app.
Yeah, same.
But everything else, I'm absolutely loving it. Like,
Yeah. When I explain what our league is like to other people, like conceptually, I mean, it's a very complex league, but people love the idea of like, we do a vet draft, we do a rookie draft. Each person's on a contract, 4 years. You pay an additional X amount of money per year keeping them. You can keep as many guys as you want. You just have a budget. People love that concept, but I've had so many questions like, how do you guys keep track of the contracts? And I'm like, well, we used to use a Google spreadsheet, but now we use something called League Tycoon. And it's like, specifically for our league, it's like the coolest app ever.
It's awesome.
Shout out
It's
League
super
Tycoon.
great. Yeah.
Not a sponsorship.
No, it is not because again, we have 12 viewers, so who would sponsor us?
Right.
But
Awesome league.
it is super great. And when you do have to pay to use it.
Yeah, you do.
But when you pay, you get that little free. Did you join one of the leagues?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So you'll have to use it for something. But I joined this, what is it called? It's like a gridiron league or something. What
You
is
get like
it?
a token, you can use that?
Yeah. So you can join another league, and Gambit League is what it's called.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's super unique because when you jump on it, it's just a snake draft. But the first round, everybody picks a coach, not like an actual coach in the NFL, but it's this made up coach that they have that all have different systems. So you can like pick the spread, or my team's coach is the all-star coach. And so I get 15% more for all of my starting players as long as I don't own more than one player from the same team. So like they all have different things. And like there's one that's called like Smash Mouth. So the running backs all get like 60% more, but they don't get any PPR.
Oh, weird.
And so like they all have different things that go with it. Something good, something that's kind of like
That's
you have to follow.
wicked.
It's super fun.
Yeah.
And so I'm a part of that too. But it's awesome.
Yeah,
and they
that's
have a
so
bunch
cool.
of different things you can do. So yeah, okay. Off of Tycoon.
Yeah.
They're great.
Shout out League Tycoon.
Yeah.
Feel free to sponsor the episode because we'd love to talk
or the
about
whole
you guys.
season.
Yeah.
Sponsor the whole season.
Yeah,
if you
sponsor
want.
the season. We'll talk
Yeah.
about you guys every single episode. We promise.
Yes.
And we'll probably do it anyways, but don't listen to that part. All right, let's move on to our next matchup. We have the African Token, touted as probably the worst league team in the league, unfortunately. Love you, Bakanzi, but at this point, they're kind of proving that to everybody. They played the Glizzy Gladiators, who went 1-1. Glizzy Gladiators put up...
They lucked out to that one.
Yeah, they did. They really did. 70.06, so they did not hit the median, so they lost against the median, but they did beat African Token, who put up 42.36 points. Now, keep in mind, African Token did get a little screwed on the Tua Tagovailoa because he was terrible.
Well, and he wasn't even their worst. Caleb Johnson got minus 0.2.
Yeah, that's crazy. And
It's always bad when you start somebody and it would have been better to just leave it blank.
Yeah, yep. Xavier
rough.
Woods had a better week than Caleb Johnson.
And he played one series and got 0 points.
Yes, exactly. He got taken out by Travis Swift. Caleb Johnson did put up negative 0.2, looking like Jalen Warren is absolutely the captain of that backfield. We'll see if anything changes as the year goes on. I'm sure they're going to try.
I think more importantly is that he didn't even get play over Kenneth Gainwell.
Yeah, that's true.
Gainwell was the clear number 2.
And that's kind of what they were talking about going into the season. I drafted Caleb Johnson in the league, and then afterwards I did some research, and they were pretty much saying Caleb Johnson is our RB3, and he's not moving.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not going to play him, probably going to drop him.
Yeah.
Things could change as the year goes on, but we did get a pretty clear picture of Rashad White's role on Tampa Bay. He put up 2.1. He had 1 catch, 14 rushing yards, 2 receptions. Or no, 1 catch.
I'm not going to say who.
2 receiving yards.
There was a host on this show who was really high on Rashad White. I'm not going to say who it was.
We'll say it's Andy because he can't say anything.
That's right. Andy was so high on Rashad White.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of comments on that video. A lot of views, a lot of comments. Some backing you up.
They shouldn't have.
I mean, backing up
Andy,
whoever said it. Andy.
Backing up Andy. No, I know.
I don't think Rashad White's going to be the guy this year.
No, he's not even.
Not even flex worthy.
Not even a flex-worthy guy. Unfortunately, African Token, if we look at their lineup, we're pretty reliant on...
He is a flex worthy guy for Token.
Yeah, he's going to be a flex guy still. They're still going to probably have to play him. But you know who is encouraging is Dylan Sampson.
Oh, yeah.
I decided to place prop bets for the first time in my life.
Really?
I did, and it was very fun. I didn't win anything. I also didn't really know, like, oh, okay, yeah, you put like $10 here, $15 here. It's not like that. It's more like $1 to $5 bets on like crazy ladders. Because I was like, dang, this is going to pay out $587.
Oh, you did it on a bunch of parlays.
Dude, I'm so mad at myself. And the issue was my parlay, I was so high on Jerome Ford going into week 1 because everybody was saying he's the clear-cut number 1.
So did all of your parlays have Jerome Ford in it?
Pretty much.
Oh, no.
Yeah, pretty much. I placed 4 parlays, and 2 of them were extremely reliant on Jerome Ford playing more than 8 of the freaking snaps. But I think I had him.
That's so
I had
funny.
him higher on fantasy points, which was like so low. I was like, what are they doing, idiots? He didn't play. Dylan Sampson is the clear number 1 there.
Sampson was great, although they did just sign Judkins, and they're saying he could possibly play next week.
Yeah.
So
I have heard that.
That would be a bummer for Sampson. But
Yeah.
I don't
still
know.
think. I mean, he looked great. He had 8 catches for 64 receiving yards.
That was really the big thing because his rushing wasn't anything special.
Yeah, along with everybody else.
That's so
everybody
true.
else in the running back league, their running back room this year for
Minus
fantasy.
Derrick Henry.
Minus Derrick Henry. Yeah, but he's a freak. Dalton Schultz with 4.3. Khalil Shakir. Let's talk about that a little bit. Khalil Shakir did have 9.4. I was pretty confident that he was going to be wide receiver 1 in Buffalo. I think Keon Coleman by the end of the year is going to be the easily number 1 in Buffalo.
Coleman did look good.
He looked really
Coleman
good.
did get lucky with one tipped. The ball was tipped.
Yes.
He caught it. Did help his stats quite a bit.
Yeah,
But
still.
no, I'll be honest with you. Coleman looked like he could be an alpha receiver.
Yeah,
in this
for
league.
sure. Yeah, he looked really good.
So that was really fun.
Mhm.
That game was just
Incredible. Yeah.
So fun.
We were talking about it last night. The Baltimore game, Buffalo
Monday
game.
night. We were talking about Monday because
Monday
this will come
night.
out Thursday.
Oh, yeah, right. We were talking about it on Monday night. Buffalo and Ravens game, Buffalo Bills, Baltimore Ravens. That is what people who are watching football, paying to watch football, that's what they deserve to see. That is a game that you walk away from and go, yep, that was worth it. The Chicago-Minnesota game, until about 8 minutes left in the game, was so boring. Such a boring game.
It was what everybody expects from a Thursday night game. That's what the Minnesota-Chicago game
Yeah.
was until the fourth quarter. And I will say, if a game ends really exciting, the first 3 quarters can be forgotten.
Yep,
because
exactly.
it doesn't really matter.
Yep. But
It was very fun.
still not as fun as the Baltimore game.
Oh no, that one was
Josh
insane.
Allen is Himothy, and if he can continue to play like that,
Wow.
Zealand doesn't actually need anything else other than Josh Allen.
I mean, he is, but so is Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Who is on the Gladiators. Kind of saved their week. Not
Yeah.
that it would have mattered. You could have taken him off and, well, he would have lost without a quarterback, but
Yes.
not by much.
Not by much.
So Lamar Jackson, he
Beast.
is so unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
If you take away the pass, he runs. If you take away the run, he passes.
Yep.
He was incredible.
Yeah.
Brees Hall, oh my gosh.
Beast.
Absolutely just destroyed me in that trade.
Yeah, for no reason though. No, I don't think anybody expected Brees Hall to come in and be like, oh yeah, he was going 5th overall last year in the draft. He should come back and be like a super. No, nobody was expecting that because anybody who had Brees Hall last year was like, I'm never touching that man again. That's what happened to me. I had him last year in the league and I was like, nope, not a chance. Braylon Allen is going to take over this year. Not the case. Brees Hall looked like he got back to his former self.
He looked so good.
He did look good.
He looked incredible. So nice move, Glizzy.
Yep.
Nice first move in the league.
We're not going to take a ton of time on this, but we've talked about Cincinnati. Jamar Chase put up 3.6 points.
Yep.
That will not continue. But funny enough, in one of my other leagues, the guy who had the first pick overall is not a fantasy football guy. He was like, Jack, who do I take with the first pick overall? I'm like, it's actually a pretty clear cut pick this year. It's Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
And there's really not an argument.
Is this the same guy that you told do not start Javonte Williams?
No, different.
Okay, because that would have been,
Yeah.
this guy would think you were just trying to sabotage him.
Yeah, I'm definitely not. The funny thing is we played week 1.
Oh, really?
And so he obviously started Jamar Chase.
Well, yeah, you're not going to bench
I
him.
know. And you're also not going to, I mean, you can make an argument for Bijan at 1, maybe, but like really, it's
Jamar was...
the clear cut number 1.
Yeah,
And so he hit me up after he goes, yeah, glad I took Jamar Chase with the number 1 pick. I'm like, I know you mean what you're saying.
Just
Trust
wait.
me.
Just wait.
Trust
He'll bounce
me.
back. Before we move on to the next, let's quick talk. Well, I guess we already did kind of talk about it. Harold Fannin.
Yeah, beast.
Insane. That might be a great pick.
Yep. Looking like the man.
Absolutely incredible. But yeah, we kind of talked about the key points. A lot of his team fell apart, but he has Jamar Chase, Brees Hall, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
RJ
Yeah.
Harvey looked pretty solid too, actually.
RJ Harvey did look pretty solid. Yeah. Yep.
Let's bounce down. We're taking a lot of time today going through some of these, but
Okay.
that's okay. Because I mean, what else are we gonna do?
Yeah. What else
Stop
are we gonna do?
recording and just keep talking fantasy?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Let's talk about Bourbon Barrels and the Andover Avalanche. This was actually a pretty solid matchup. I haven't looked at all the games yet, but this might be the most. Oh, no, not the closest, but good games from both teams. Bourbon Barrels go 1-1 after week 1. Andover Avalanche goes 2-0 without a secondary running back. So similar kind of to the sleepers where I didn't have a secondary wide receiver.
I was getting confused. I was like, why'd they go 1-1? They beat the median. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, because they lost.
Because they lost.
they did lose.
Patrick Mahomes had a good week 1 for the Andover Avalanche at 28 points. Saquon Barkley does what he does best at 16. Zay Flowers came out of nowhere and put up 24 points. And Keon Coleman had 21 points. So those are the guys that carried.
Insane.
Because his second running back, his RB2, is Woody Marks, who is the 3rd string for the Houston Texans.
Hold on. Let's talk about this now. This is a good time to talk about it.
Yeah.
It was his number 2 running back. He did make a trade with the Acorn Assassins
He did.
today.
Yep.
Being Tuesday. So he now will have, I mean, his team looks a lot different now because you add David Montgomery as the RB2.
Crazy.
So-
Now, I don't think Zay Flowers is going to maintain this level of success, and I think Keon Coleman will come back down to earth a little bit, but adding a second running back is going to make up for those points in between.
But I also think George Pickens doesn't have as bad a week.
Correct, yeah.
Like,
Evan Ingram will have a better week.
yeah, I don't know. You also,
Higgins
Let's
is going to start
see.
getting utilized.
Who else?
Oh, he's gone now, though. Higgins is gone.
Higgins is gone.
Yeah.
But I just adding Montgomery, it does change the way this team looks, and I'd like to go back and maybe look at the power rankings again.
Yeah.
Does David Montgomery jump him up into top 5?
I'm pretty high on David
He was
Montgomery.
at what? We had him at 7th, right? The power rankings had him at 7. Rob Berry's at 8.
Yeah. Yeah, and a
Can't remember.
big part of that was the fact that he just didn't have an RB2. Now that he has one, somebody like David Montgomery, really solid running back, expected to get touchdowns throughout the year. I think he had like 8 points, might have been in full PPR, but it was like somewhere around that, and he didn't have a touchdown. So adding that into his roster, and then expectation that George Pickens picks it up. This team is scary. Evan Ingram had a bad week too, I think. 3.6. I have higher expectations for him.
Well, he got injured though.
He got hurt?
Yeah.
Oh, I have him and I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Oh, his calf.
Yeah. So he might be out for a couple weeks.
Okay. He only played 34%
But
of the snaps.
he has Loveland on his bench. Not saying he's a rookie. It might take a little while for him to, but he's something. Like
Yeah.
you can put him in.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that his team is scary per se, but it's a lot better.
It is a lot better.
It is a lot better. He gave up Jaden Higgins and a 3rd round pick.
Which is also new.
That is new. Yeah,
we
we
talked about
voted that in.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun.
We added a 3rd round to the rookie draft, so now you are eligible to trade 3rd round picks, and you're also eligible to take players in the 3rd round of the rookie draft. So that'll extend out a little bit. We did have 11 to 3.
It ended up being 11 to 4.
Because one person.
So Nate Birch didn't vote, but he texted me after saying, "Oh, hey, sorry." He's like, "I was going to vote yes anyway."
Oh,
So
okay.
it didn't matter. So it would have been 12 to 4.
12-4.
Which, I mean,
I think it's so fun.
I think it was great.
I love it. I'm excited for that.
I think it will hurt like any of you won't find as much value maybe in the veteran draft because you're not going to get the guys on the low dollar. But I'm actually okay with that because I think finding these rookies, like, I mean, I'm benefiting Bill Merritt, right? I got him on a super cheap contract. If he ends up being okay,
Yeah.
I get him for $1 more every year.
Pretty
Great.
fun.
He'll be
Very.
single digits. Whereas I would have drafted him in the 3rd round. It would increase by 4 every single year. And you'd only get to keep him for 3. So guys like this will go back into the veteran draft faster.
Yep.
And also guys who are more iffy, it won't just be kept because a $4 difference is it's a lot bigger than a $1. Like
Right.
if you draft a guy for $2 and it's like next year, he's like 3 or whatever.
Might keep him.
If he goes from 4 to 8,
Yeah, you're
now
probably
it's
not.
like,
If
I'll
it's
leave
like,
it. I can get more. If
Right.
he's iffy, I can get something else.
Yeah, perfect example of that would be for me, Marshawn Lloyd. If I had to keep him for $8 this year, I wouldn't have kept him.
No, definitely not. But you keep him for a couple bucks and it's like,
Or-
that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. He's kind of a flyer.
Yeah.
It's funny. I talked to Andover Avalanche, Ryan Kopka, who's a huge Packers fan. And I was like, yeah, I'm keeping Marshawn Lloyd this year. And he's like, he's not going to play. I was like, why do you say that? He's like,
He's always hurt.
Yeah, he's a glass china, whatever it's called, glass doll, glass.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever.
China doll.
China doll, yeah, he's fragile, yeah. Now let's talk about the Burn Bears a little bit because they did still almost put up 93 points, but did lose to the Andover Avalanche. Now, who would have expected that the right play was to start Aaron Rodgers over Jaden Daniels in week 1?
Not me.
by 11 points.
Yeah, but Daniels still put up 22.
Yeah, still had a great
Daniels he's so good, man.
Adunze got bailed out a little bit with that late touchdown in the game. He didn't look like he was going
But
to do anything
still
special.
6 catches.
Still 6 catches. Yeah. Marvin Mims did about what was expected.
Oh, way less. I thought Mims was going to be okay.
Now, I mean, within the Sean Payton offense, this is what you can expect from Marvin Mims. From what I would, if I was an NFL
12 yards
coach,
though? I don't expect 12 yards. I expect maybe
Yeah.
3 catches, but I expect if he has 3 catches, one of
60
them was for
yards.
40 or 50
yeah,
yards.
that's true. That is
so
true.
like,
and the fumble hurt a lot too.
and the fumble wasn't, it was on the return game.
Yeah.
Like he fumbled on a kickoff
Yep.
or a punt or
Yeah,
something.
biffed it.
Tyler Warren, he
Beast.
looks great.
He looks really good.
What a pick. I was not high on him when he drafted him.
Same.
I was like, that was a bad pick.
Yeah,
what
he
are you
looks like an
doing?
absolute asset though for them. He's going to be utilized a lot. 7 catches. I didn't even see how many times he got targeted. 9 targets. That's like
Yep.
that's like Brock Bowers' number from last year.
know.
So that's promising. And then Devontae Adams, 4 catches for 51 yards, 7.1. Not bad, but kind of what I expected. That's kind of where I thought he was going to fall. Like when he
Yeah.
finished the week, I was like, yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah,
And he
that's
was
fair.
getting picked up way higher in most drafts.
I think the question for him moving forward is going to be, where does Keenan Allen slot in?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who are you sitting? Marvin Mims, Devonta Adams, or Adunze? Because you're not going to sit
Marvin
Gibbs, who Mims for
Mims.
sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Even
Yep.
though he's a Broncos fan.
Yeah. Yep, I think so.
Okay.
Jahmyr Gibbs had an off week, 10 points. That's not going to continue to happen. If Jahmyr Gibbs puts up a touchdown and, I mean, that Lions team just looks so bad. That's not going to continue for them. They're going to figure it out.
Do you think so?
I do. I was saying, though, that I thought Lions took a pretty good step back this year, and it kind of proved my point.
I think they take a step back. I do think you're right. They take a step back, but I also think that Green Bay defense, especially with the addition of Micah Parsons,
Nasty.
that Green Bay defense, I do not want to face.
I don't either
at all.
If we're going to play like we did against the Bears, the Green Bay Packers are going to ruin us. JJ
Yeah.
McCarthy is going to look
I-
so nervous with Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons puts so much pressure on the quarterback.
Way too early, but Packers win this division.
Yes, agreed.
Well, I mean, it's way too early to say anything, but I think after 1 week, Packers win this division,
Yep.
and we'll see if McCarthy can fix some of those rookie mistakes.
Yep.
And if he can,
And we're 2.
I actually think Vikes are 2.
That's what I said at the beginning of the
Yeah.
year. I did say that. Packers 1, Vikes 2, Lions 3, Bears 4, and I got a lot of weird looks.
Yeah.
A lot of people were calling me crazy for putting Lions at 3, but week 1, baby. That's all the sample size I needed.
That's right.
All right, let's talk about the best matchup of the week. Lake City Longnecks put up 106.78 points, and they finished 1-1 because they got beat by the Fluffy, who put up 107.8.
Because of frickin' Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry had 28.7 points, and he looks amazing. We've already talked about him a couple times. He looks incredible.
The man myth.
Gosh, dude, he is such a beast.
He's so huge.
I played against him this week.
fast.
He's so big.
It's insane.
Mr. Steroids, yeah. There's no way he's not. He did have a fumble, pretty crucial fumble at the end of that game.
He did.
So from an actual NFL's perspective, he had a phenomenal game, and obviously he didn't lose that game for the Ravens, but he was a big key factor in Buffalo having a chance to win.
Yeah, I mean, it made this matchup really close too.
Yeah.
It brought it back into play a little bit.
Right. This team does look pretty nasty. I'm really liking it. DJ Moore got hurt, right? Did he get hurt? Or did he? I think he might have come back, but he got wrecked in that game.
He got lit up, didn't he?
Yeah, both sides. There was like one guy took out his bottom, the other guy took out his top, and he just looked dismantled. So we'll see if there's any updates on that. He's not listed as questionable. He's healthy. But that Fluffy team is pretty gross. And Caleb Williams looked pretty solid. 26 points.
He did it first. The first half looked really good.
Yeah.
But also, okay, Caleb Williams he had so many opportunities for bigger plays.
That is so
and
true.
He missed them.
That is so true. He missed so many passes.
I think he's such a mediocre. I think he's a Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
I think that's what he is for his career. I just don't think he's special.
I agree.
I will say though, he looked way faster last night than I remember him being last year.
Yeah. What do you have?
He was-
50 something rushing yards, 58 rushing yards, and a rushing touchdown.
He kept escaping every single sack.
Yeah.
Like he was fast.
Yeah. And not because he's wearing fingernail polish, but he did kind of look like he was prancing a little bit in the backfield. he would be like, whoop, like kind of like, he would like do this like little like judder step, like Van Ginkel or somebody, Grenard was trying to like tackle him, and he would just be like, ooh, like,
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
it's so
like
funny.
Allen couldn't hold on to it.
Right.
Yeah. He looked better than expected. He put up a lot more fantasy points than I expected.
Yeah. Agreed.
But I still think he's an average QB.
Yeah. Last point.
Fight me, Fluffy. I don't care.
Yeah. A couple of the last points that we'll make on here. Jacoby Myers had 8 catches. He looks pretty dominant in that Las Vegas offense.
Brock Bowers got hurt.
Brock Bowers got hurt. That's, a big point of emphasis. He did have 12.8 before he got hurt, 5 catches on 103 yards. And then Nick Chubb in Houston, he didn't get as much play as I expected.
How many carries did he get? He
logged 51%.
He had 13
carries.
13 carries for 60 yards.
For 60 yards, put up
That's
6
a
points.
pretty good yard per carry. I think the
Yeah.
issue is going to be that Texans offense just, I don't know, that O line is
It's
so bad.
Yeah, and honestly,
Which
we'll
is
have to-
incredible that he got the 4.6 yards per carry, considering what that O line was.
True. Especially with Joe Mixon stats from last year. Like, Mixon had a pretty good season last year until he got hurt. But when he comes back, Chubb is going to be pretty much, I don't know, maybe they split a little bit, but he's going to lose the value. And if he's only putting up 6 right now, they're going to have to find a way to fill that spot. They're going to have to look.
If Mixon comes back.
Yeah, if
He
Mixon
might
comes
not.
back, that's true. They did sit Matthew Golden, who had 2 catches for 16 yards. And Jahan Dotson is looking like a serviceable player again.
The wide receiver one in Philly.
Why? Somebody tell me, please. I had him all last year. He didn't do anything.
Devonta Smith and AJ Brown suck.
Yeah, they did. But that was a really fun matchup this week. Last point we'll talk about, or a couple points, I guess. I keep seeing things that I want to talk about.
Last point.
Justin Jefferson had a late touchdown. He put up, just shy of 13. Puka Nacua is so good. He's so good. 10 catches for 130 yards and a rushing.
And he left for part of the game.
And he left for part of the game because he was bleeding. They actually pulled him out a second time because his blood was still running.
Oh,
And
really?
Still found a way to put up 18.1.
I think he also had a concussion check, but passed it.
Passed it, yep.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy had 20.78 with 2 passing touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 277 yards. But he did get hurt. So he has a shoulder and a toe injury, and he's questionable. We talked about Jalen Warren already, but he is definitely the number one back.
Jacoby Myers. We didn't talk. He
did touch base on him a little bit.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, I
Okay.
just said he's definitely the best wide receiver
okay.
in Las Vegas.
Sorry, I was not listening to you.
But J.K. Dobbins had a rushing touchdown or rushing,
Rushing.
and he looked good. He looked good. He's going to split carries with R.J. Harvey.
Yeah, that was definitely a fun matchup to watch this week. That was close.
Man, Long Nick's had some good talent on the bench. Actually, I didn't realize J.J. put up 26. Tucker Kraft looked pretty good this week, and Cedric Tillman. Cedric Tillman looked like the best wide receiver in Cleveland.
Oh yeah, I like Cedric Tillman.
Yeah, he looks better than Jerry Jeudy out the gate, but we'll see.
I wouldn't be shocked. I think he has more upside than Judy.
Yeah, and Devonta Smith had 3.1 for the fluffy. Ladd McConkey had 10.4. But let's move on. That was our best matchup of the week. Let's talk about the OG Skylarks versus the Corn Dog. Corn Dog had texted me directly
The
and said,
seventh ranked and seventh in the power rankings.
Yep, put up just shy of 100 points, 99.96, and beat out OG Skylarks at 79.02. Corn Dog hit me
He
up.
was carried by two people.
Corn Dog hit me up so early. He's like, yep, this is going to be a bad season. You guys got the power rankings correct. And then within, after that Baltimore Bills game, he was like, watch out. He was like, all I need is Josh Allen to put up 40 points every week, and we're always going to be in this range.
It might happen.
It honestly might happen.
It might
and
happen.
Agbuka looked great. A lot of we had a funny
2 receiving touchdowns on 4 catches, though.
Yeah.
He only had 4 catches. Half of them were touchdowns?
yeah.
That's not going to happen every week.
Probably not, but if they throw him the ball more, raise your chances of touchdowns.
It does raise your chances.
I see what you're saying though. DeAndre Hopkins had a wicked touchdown this week.
Oh,
you saw that touchdown? That was
sick.
Yeah.
That catch was incredible.
Incredible. He's still riding with his Hunter Henry, who outscored TJ Hawkinson pretty clearly. Travis Kelce looked good other than taking out Xavier Worthy for the OG Skylarks. Nico Collins had a terrible week. He put up 4 points. Zach Charbonnet looks great. Honestly, what we can take away from Zach Charbonnet is Kenneth Walker looks cooked. Kenneth Walker had 3.9 points. He did not look good.
He just didn't get the. I don't know what was going on. It's going to be a very split backfield there.
Yeah, it will. And I think
the results are going to swing. I didn't think Walker looked bad when I was watching. You thought he looked bad?
I thought he looked bad. Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't think he looked bad. I don't know. I think it'll go back and forth. I think they're each going to have a few good games this year, and we'll kind of see what way the touchdowns fall.
Walker played in 40% of the snaps and had 10 attempts to make up for 20 yards.
Yeah.
Not
I
great.
mean, 2 yards per carry, not great.
Yeah, and then he had 3 catches for a total of 4 yards. So
He
That's
did
gonna
have
change a little bit.
one of those. I mean, it counts, but one of the catches I think went for like -7 or something. Like he had one catch that went for like a nice 12 something yard, whatever. And then he had one that went for like way behind the line. That wasn't necessarily his fault. He just got absolutely closed in on. It was probably a pass that should not have been made.
kind of crazy to look at the Corn Dogs QB room because their backup quarterback on their bench is Justin Herbert.
I know.
So if we were in a super flex league, he would have put up almost 80 points. Well, not quite. 75 points between his 2 quarterbacks.
Okay, let's talk about this because I was in trade talks with him for Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
And I think it was fair for both of us to say no, I think. But now I want to get your take on it.
Yeah, talk to me.
He was basically wanting one of my backup running backs, which would be Bill Krosky,
Oh, yeah.
for Herbert. So
What is Herbert valued at?
Herbert's contract is at $16. So he would be $20 next year, but he would definitely be an improvement at, like, he would solidify my backup role, or he'd be
Your starter?
in a platoon.
Yeah. I could see him starting over Kyler.
I don't know if I would know who to start between Kyler,
It is a tough
Flacco,
one.
and him. It would kind of be very matchup based.
Funny
but
enough, in one of my leagues, I have Kyler as my starter and Justin Herbert as my backup.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a tough decision to make.
Yeah. And so I had offered something else. I can't fully remember what it was that was not necessarily running back related. But he was like, nah, I think I'd rather get a running back for him. I totally understand it.
Yeah.
What way would you fall now, though? Who would you rather have, Bill Merritt or Justin Herbert after week 1? Because they both had pretty good weeks.
From my perspective, like from my team
No, I think just
in general.
in general, who's the better asset? Let's say this season and then long term.
I mean, Merritt, you want Merritt for this season and next. Because he's going to have a smaller like he's going to be cheaper, obviously. Justin Herbert for $20 is kind of tough because that's kind of where he maxes out at. Like, I don't really want to spend more than 20 for Justin Herbert.
Right.
I would rather have Merritt right now after week 1 with a very small sample size. And if I was just building out a team like this is my first player, probably going to take Merritt over Herbert right now.
What would you say from my team's perspective?
Might have looked into it, but maybe if he tacked on like a 3rd round pick or like a pick involved, like a pick and Herbert for Merritt. Yeah, maybe. It's hard to say though, because we just don't know what the value is for the 3rd round picks yet, but who knows?
They're basically a slightly worse 2nd round pick because you get them for the same amount of years, still start with $0, but obviously you now have none of the opportunity of the guys who were drafted in the first 2 rounds.
Right. You know what's so funny about the OG Skylarks? Not that it would have changed the outcome of the game because they just had such a bad week. Nico Collins was, a bum. Jalen Waddle was a bum. But on their bench, they had Daniel Jones, who put up 31.48 fantasy points.
What a week. I think you're going to want to target whoever plays the Dolphins, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I think this was less Daniel Jones as much as it was, do you have the Dolphins on your schedule? Start everybody you possibly can.
Yeah, it was so funny because I was watching the game with my buddy Ross, who is a huge Giants fan.
Yeah.
So they were talking about it. There was a commercial that was playing before the game started about the Super Bowl champions of last year and how Saquon Barkley was such an asset to them. And Ross was just like, screw you. And then the game starts and Daniel Jones goes absolutely nuclear. And I'm like, this is tough, isn't it? He was like, dude, don't even talk to me. Like, I can't believe Daniel Jones is going for a passing touchdown, 272 yards and 2 rushing. Like, that looked like old school Daniel Jones. That was awesome.
I think that looked like
Never
before Daniel Jones.
Yeah, that's fair. Russell
But it's
Wilson,
tough when you're on a bad organization like the Giants. You're never going to do anything
Yeah, that's true.
until you leave.
And talking about the Giants, Russell Wilson did not look good with the Giants.
Oh, how long until Jackson Dart gets that start?
Hopefully soon. That's what Ross was saying. By the 2nd quarter, he was like, put in Dart. He'd have 4 touchdowns by now.
I was hearing, I think it was the fantasy footballers talking about it, and they were speculating that they're probably going to leave Dart out until they get their offensive line back healthy.
Yeah.
Because why throw a rookie out there with no offensive line and let him get super gun shy because he's getting hit constantly?
Yeah, let Wilson and Winston take the blows.
If you know you're not going to be good this year,
Yeah.
you're not going to win a championship with Dart.
No.
So
Or Winston or Wilson.
no, it's just not going to happen.
Right.
So let's kind of wait it out. I think they'll be an average team with a decent offensive line and a better quarterback because their defense is still good.
Their defense is good, yeah. But man, that team was it was a tough game to watch. And when you get the insider from like
More Scatabo. That's what you need.
yeah,
Dude is a tank.
Dude is a tank. He just didn't get
He's
enough.
a
He didn't get enough touches, but he looked so fun.
Everything he does is so violent.
Yeah, it
There's
is.
no way he plays 17 games this year
No, he'll get
because
hurt.
he's going to get hurt. But
man,
he's
it's fun
going to
watch
take
when he
some
plays.
guys out while he goes down.
Yeah, he's not going to be the only person on the IR if he goes out.
No.
He's a bit of a saboteur. We have one more game to talk about: Slumlord Co. versus the Acorn Assassins. Slumlord Co. went 1-1.
2 very surprising scores to me.
Very surprising scores. Yeah, we were pretty high on these teams. Slumlord Co. finished with 75.82, which isn't bad, but it's not great. And then Acorn Assassins put up a staggering 51.44, barely beating out the African Tokens. Let's take a look at who didn't perform. Bo Nix did not perform. 8.84 points for the Acorn Assassins.
He looked bad.
Honestly, we can kind of go through this entire list and be like, did not perform, did not perform. Bo Nix at 8.8. Tyron Tracy didn't look great. Henderson actually looked okay. As a rookie, 8.1 points, not bad.
5 attempts for 27 yards.
Yeah, that's good.
Give him the ball a bit more.
Give him the ball. Yep, give him the ball. Stephon Diggs actually looked better than I expected. 6 catches, 57 yards, 8.7. Cooper Kupp, little less than
Might
maybe
be
I
washed.
expected. Yeah, he might be washed at this point. Now
I was wrong on that one. I thought he'd be a little better than this.
Yeah, so did I. He did have a pretty impactful play for the Seahawks. He had a huge pass interference play that actually got them to march down the field.
Oh, I didn't remember that one.
Yeah, but it doesn't equate to fantasy points, so
Right,
it doesn't really
doesn't
matter.
matter.
Yeah, but Cooper Kupp looks a little washed, and George Kittle looked incredible before he had his hamstring injury.
Cooper Kupp still did have 88% of the snaps, though.
So he's still on the
So
field.
he's still being used. Nobody's usurped him. The rookie didn't take over.
Yeah. Thornton? Or no, not Thornton.
Thornton is the guy in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Is it just Thornton? Maybe it might be Thornton instead of whatever. Who I thought might steal some more game time.
Yeah.
He didn't. He did not.
Yeah. They do have Cade Otton on the bench who had 0 points, but he's going to have to, either him or Noah Gray is going to have to fill in for Kittle next week.
I'm guessing he's got Otton in currently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
David Montgomery is out, but we'll see Jaden Higgins join this flex room probably alongside Adam Thielen. I will say I thought Adam Thielen was going to have a better week one.
Yeah, but I also thought McCarthy would have a better week one. I know he still put up good stats.
Yeah, he did.
Part of that 'cause he ran a little bit.
Yep.
I think you give him a couple weeks. McCarthy has not had much time with Thielen.
Yeah.
Give him a little bit of time to get some chemistry. Although, I guess, how long can you wait? Because he's got Jordan Addison, which the Assassins have. They'll just replace Thielen with Addison.
Which is nice, yeah.
And Addison and McCarthy had great chemistry this offseason.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
awesome.
because, I mean, you got to think, who else did they have throwing? Jefferson was out.
Out, yep.
He was constantly in every single practice. It was Addison was his.
Good stuff.
So I think that's going to be huge for him in a couple weeks.
Another point of emphasis, too, is I think we talked about this, but Quinshon Judkins did finalize on a contract with the Browns.
Yep.
Could play by next week. If that's the case, you can expect, expectation is that he's probably going to put up similar numbers to what Dylan Sampson
It's
did.
probably why he traded Montgomery.
Yeah, exactly, because of Quinshon Judkins taking on that role.
I think it might be a little premature, though, because
I agree.
we don't know if Judkins is going to get put on the commissioner's exempt list or
Yeah.
if he's going to get suspended. I mean, I know the criminal case isn't going anywhere. That doesn't mean he's not going to get suspended. He could still very easily get a 3 to 6 game suspension.
Yep. It does say, however, he was finally able to sign his rookie deal last weekend, and he will return to practice field this week. Reports have suggested that he could make his NFL debut as early as week 2 against the division rivals, Baltimore Ravens, but there's also a chance the NFL could hand him a multi-game suspension, which I would be surprised if they didn't.
Me too.
Now, he could maybe get into a situation like Rashee Rice where it gets pushed out.
Yeah, but
it's just so right in our face.
But I think
right now.
Rashee Rice has got pushed out because the criminal case hadn't wrapped up. They like to a lot of times wait to see where the criminal investigation goes first.
Yep.
That's done for Judkins. So
Yep.
now they're just doing their own investigation.
Yep.
I'm guessing if he doesn't get it now, he will probably get suspended before the end of the year. Would be my guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hate to be that guy, but if Acorn Assassins would have started Justin Fields over Bo Nix, they would have won this week.
Which is so sad because Fields is his boy.
Yeah, Fields is his boy, and that's who he traded for, and that's who he was telling everybody that he's the dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and he didn't trust him.
Yeah.
He didn't feed the dog.
I mean, I don't blame him. Bo Nix over Justin Fields all day, every day, in my opinion.
Fields.
Yeah, I should have.
He should have done it.
Should have done it.
No, I would have played Bo Nix.
What a
too.
week for quarterbacks that were not expected to put up games.
It was.
Daniel Jones, Justin Fields, Aaron Rodgers.
Some might say if you had a good week this week, watch out for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
Some might say
Yeah,
it.
you should probably be cautious.
Yeah.
I had a good week this week, so I was talking to Luke in the car like, I don't think that's a good sign.
Because this is a weird week.
Such a weird week. But
Very weird week. And I mean, you look at Slumlord Co. and it kind of exemplifies why it was weird.
yeah.
Bucky did okay.
Yeah.
Bucky, he didn't have that many yards. He only had 45 yards total, but got a receiving
weird.
touchdown to back it.
Yeah.
Hampton, 40, he didn't play that great. I
But
think
rookie running back.
he's going to do better.
Yeah, I agree.
Drake London was having a good game, left with injury.
Yep.
CD Lamb, 7 for 110, could have been a lot bigger.
more. Should have been a lot more.
more.
I'm going in 2 leagues and he put up like 18 points in full PPR, but there was like 3 or 4 catches at the end of the game that would have, increased him to like 25 plus easily.
Yep.
So
Pittman had a good week, but then Jameson Williams,
yeah,
only 4.6. I don't know. Maybe if you think that this is kind of prescriptive of what the Lions are going to be the rest of the year, you say, yeah, that's not surprising.
yeah.
I think the Lions are better than this. I think Williams has a few weeks where he goes absolutely nuclear.
I agree.
So I think this was just kind of a weird off week for Slumlord. I am not worried about their team moving forward.
One thing to keep in mind for Slumlord as well is somebody on their bench that is absolutely or should absolutely find the starting roster this next week. With Xavier Worthy out, Rashee Rice out for the 6 weeks. They have nobody other than Hollywood Brown in their receiving core.
Yeah.
Hollywood Brown is going to be, well, in my opinion, I've had him in a couple of seasons.
Yeah, you've loved Hollywood Brown.
I have liked him in the past. He's a very boom bust guy.
You've been a Hollywood Brown stan for sure.
Yeah, I have been in the past. He's going to be boom bust this year. So I think with the target shares that he's going to get, he's either going to put up 20 plus or he's still going to put up like your normal 4 points.
Right.
And I think that's worth the start in our league. It's worth the
Yeah.
risk.
Oh, no. I'm definitely playing Brown
Yeah.
next week.
Yep.
If you're Slumlord Co.
Yeah.
He's got to be put in.
Yeah. So that does wrap up our episode. We were able to cover all the matchups this week. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We will be back next Thursday as well. So make sure to tune in. We'll be talking about week 2 information and
more Tycoon if you sponsor us.
And only if you sponsor us.
Yeah, if not, we're talking strictly Yahoo and ESPN.
Yep, Yahoo Finance, ESPN, Sleeper.
Yahoo Finance,
Yahoo
not even
Finance.
their sports.
I'm not allowed to say that. Did not mean to say Yahoo Finance, Yahoo Sports. That's hilarious. But hey, we appreciate you being here. We will see you later. Relegated.
No, relegators. They're still the relegators.
But I got crap last time I said the league name wrong, so I had to make sure I said it right. We'll see you later, Relegators, and this is the Relegated Podcast.
There we go.
Deuces.